Here's a fact. You and I, we have too much stuff in our home. I'm gonna tell you why that happens and how you can actually fix it. Now, the first thing you need to know to put it in the right perspective is how much stuff do you think you own in your home right now? Just if you had a ballpark it, just put a number in the comments. In the average American home, generally 300,000 items is the average. And when you have ADHD, that number is probably going to be even higher than the 300,000 items. And so when you think about it that way, now you see where the issue comes in to where you really need to reduce the amount of items in your home and stop clutter in its tracks from increasing. And the second thing is we just don't know all the stuff we have in our home. We know some of the stuff, we can see some of the stuff, but if it's behind something or in a closet or under a bed or in a cabinet somewhere and we can't see it, even if we just put it in there, we may not remember that thing is there. So the solution to this is when you're going to actually clean an area or declutter an area, you want to take everything out to figure out exactly what you have and write a list if you have to, but look at everything that you have that you've taken out and decide, is this something I actually need or is this something that can actually be thrown away? But you want to look and just keep the items that are actually useful, that serves a purpose, that you actually use. And this is for just any area in your home. If you're enjoying the content and getting value out of the content, go and click the subscribe button for me so you do not miss a video that you want to view. Another thing that we do is we hold on to just in case items. These are items that we have just in case we do this, or just in case this actual occasion comes up. And we just hold on to them forever until that actual situation comes up, which may never happen. It may be years down the road that situation comes up. You may not even use that thing because you just forgot that it's even there. I don't want to keep just in case items because all they do is become clutter. Another thing is we just get sentimental sometimes, and that can be okay with some things, but a lot of times those sentimental things just take up space. You have your old mixtape that you had a cassette in high school, you made for the special person there, and you just had that memory. Date myself by saying cassettes, and it's still in your home and you have long just got rid of your cassette player. You have no way to play this thing anymore and you're just keeping it. There's no reason to hold on to these things other than just these sentimental reasons. And this is a big one. Keeping stuff that we don't wear or don't use. It's been a year since you've worn this outfit. We bought it. It's new, still in the bag, but we just never got around to wearing it for whatever reason. Or we have stuff that we just haven't worn in 6 months. Or we have something that we haven't used in a year. It's just sitting in our garage or a closet, just taking up space. And all these things have just become clutter. Unless you plan to use it in the next 90 days or even the next 2 weeks or something, you find you're like, I'm going to definitely use this. Then at that point, if you haven't missed it, go ahead and think about getting rid of it. And this may be hard, but you do have to do it. With ADHD, it's a lot of times really hard to just say no to somebody when they're actually bringing you something and saying, do you really want this? Because, I'm not using it anymore. And, I just thought that you may want it. So I brought it over to give it to you. And it's not something you really want, but you just accept it because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to actually say, no, I don't want it. It's just not useful for me. So you take it into your home and now you're taking in other people's clutter into your home and it's going to become clutter in your home. And then you're going to have to declutter it at some other time and try to give it to someone else or donate it. And that's just a whole process that you need to stop just by saying, no, I do not want this thing that you're trying to give to me right now. And here's something else that becomes so cluttered super quick is your closet, because we just take whatever we have and throw it into the closet and then it disappears into the closet, in the back of the closet, the top of the closet, the bottom of the closet. It just goes somewhere behind something. We forget that it's there. And then when we need it, we can't find it. Then we look at the closet and think, I don't want to go in and clean my closet out to try to find that thing. So you end up figuring out something else to do. So you don't want to just throw everything into your closet. You want to try to avoid that and only have your closet have certain things in it. That way you know that you can look into your closet and find the things that you need. but out of sight, out of mind with ADHD. So if you do throw something into your closet or put something into your closet that's behind something else, you're probably going to actually forget that it's there. Don't throw just everything and anything in your closet. Be selective about what you put in there. And here's something else that happens with ADHD is FOMO, fear of missing out. We see something new and shiny and we have to have it just impulsively because of ADHD. We go to our credit card and just start putting in the numbers to make sure that we buy it and figure out what day it's gonna get here, and can I buy something else to go with it and add that on top of it and everything, and I need this accessory, I need this to go with it. And then we just end up buying a lot of stuff that we really don't need. When it gets to our home, we're like, I don't really want this. It was cool at the time, but I'm probably not even gonna use it. And then it sits in our home and becomes clutter. So make sure that when you are thinking about buying something, take a breath, think about it. Do I really need this thing? Is it gonna be something I really use, or am I just super excited about it because it looks really cool? And that can be a really big issue because you do not want to bring stuff into your home that has no purpose, something you're not going to use, something you're not going to wear. You want to leave that stuff wherever it's at, and then only have stuff in your home that actually is useful to you and that actually is deserving of a place in your home. And here's something else. Don't organize before you declutter, because what happens is you actually organize the clutter that you're going to be decluttering anyway. And so then you have to go back after you have decluttered and organize again, because now you have more space for things you didn't have before. And that's just double work. And you do not want to do that. And something else that happens is that we get overwhelmed by the big task of having to declutter and organize our home, our room, our closet, whatever it is. Just because the task is a big task with ADHD, you look at the task, or you might look at the task and say, that's gonna be a long time trying to do that task, and there's too much stuff there to actually do, or that's too big of a section to actually do. So what you wanna do is you wanna break it down to where you can do it that's manageable for you, whether it's the amount of items, the area, or what kind of section in your home you want to do, or if you have to break it down to easier sections for you, whichever thing you have to do to make yourself comfortable and not feel overwhelmed and make that stress level go down, then that's what you need to do to help you with that. And here's something else you need to know. Now that you know the why ADHD actually creates clutter and how to break free from it, I actually have a video with more ways to declutter your home that's easy for you to do when you have ADHD. I'll put it up on the screen. Go and click that video and watch that video.